Hello and welcome to another beautiful day. It is numbered live on your screen, reaching you live in the red from the Federal Capital Territory, Abuja, Nigeria. After 1 year in office of this administration, we are here this morning to bring you to speed with the headlines. My name is Ramsey Enoch, and of course, I have Antonia here. Antonia, happy 1 year eve.
1 year eve. Is it
One-
actually the
one
eve?
year-
Is
one-
this actually the eve? This is
1
not
year.
the 1 year has already been commemorated. It was yesterday now, so this is not the eve. If it was
Okay, this is
Tuesday.
oh
If it was
yes.
Tuesday, and I said okay, that's the eve
That's
of the
true.
1 year
It's not
anniversary. It's no longer
It's
eve. How
already
you doing,
passed.
Ramsey?
Yeah,
How
I'm
are you
good.
today?
I'm good.
All right.
Michael Ekenedili Chukwu.
Every day you look for new ways to pronounce his name. Either
I
you break
enjoy
it into
it.
more
I enjoy it.
syllables or
I enjoy it.
Hello,
Don't you enjoy
Michael.
the way
Good
I
morning.
call
Good morning,
it?
Antonia. Good
You
morning,
enjoy the
sir.
way I call your name, right?
Yes.
I love
The
that.
Lord is good.
all the time.
Hallelujah.
Let's take us to church this morning.
Well, it's good to be in church. And of course, okay, we're not in church right now. Let's bring you to speed with the headlines for the day, beginning from the nation's newspaper and above the header. Nigeria, we hail D, return as national anthem. Details read on page 4. Free ride on Abuja Metro line for 6 months. I won't write it to that story. Tinubu opens project. Details read on page 2. Sanwo-Olu deploys 15 high-capacity passenger ferries on waters. Okay, on waterways. That's on page 5. Sanwo-Olu, the governor of Lagos State, deploys 5 high-capacity passenger ferries on waterways. Lagos is a riverine area, and just like Port Harcourt, so I think that's good. Then the second riders, okay, not a rider, it's another story. Government, Labour, OPS resume new minimum wage negotiation. Details read on page 4, and we just want to say this. Another negotiation is on. This should at least yield a very good result, not the 3,000 naira increment. I don't know. Don't come up and say, okay, let it be 63,000 naira. Let's get something reasonable
I
this
won't
time.
be surprised if it actually comes to that. If they
65.
say, let it be 63.
Because
I will not be
it's been
surprised because
3,000 addition.
every day.
They might do 65 this time.
65. Okay, they should just take it to 100. So we
And
can.
above.
And above. Then we continue from there. All right, the big story say NBA, that's the kicker. Judges conduct in Kano a disgrace. NBA, that's the Nigerian Bar Association, says judges conduct in Kano a disgrace. Details read on page 2 of the nation's newspaper. Then the picture story, Federal Capital Territory Administration welcome His Excellency President Bola Ahmed Tinubu to the commissioning of engineering infrastructure to Wuye district. All right, it's been on since yesterday. I think they are still celebrating, and that's going to be the size of the headlines from the nation's newspaper this morning. Over to you, Michael, for the next paper.
Thank you, Ramsey. Straight to the Vanguard. Biafra Day, Embark Police move against sit at home. You can see the story on page 11 of the Vanguard. 15 new high-capacity ferries will boost Lagos economy, says the governor of Lagos State, Sanwo-Olu. Edo government's APC war over attack at voters registration center. You can get that story on page 7 of the Vanguard. Away from that, first anniversary, I've kept faith with my promises. That's from Obore Wori in page 12 of the Guardian. And then you get another story. Super Eagles in race against time to learn new old anthem. I just mentioned that this morning before we came on camera that they will be the first to learn this new anthem because we have World Cup qualifier coming up very soon.
And they'll need to sing it.
I want to see how Boniface, very funny, will learn.
Why are you particular about my guy? How are you particular?
Boniface is a comedian.
Boniface.
All right, straight away to another story. Emma-ship tells you NBA films as CJN summons FHC Kano Chief Justices over conflicting orders. You can get the story on page 10 of the Vanguard. The big story on the Vanguard this morning, 1 year in office, my government walking the talk. Remember when Tinubu said, okay, I think Buhari said, he said, I'll hit the ground running.
Day one, we hit the ground
He
running.
hit the ground running. That's Tinubu. And as they came, Nigerians were running before he hit the ground running.
Michael.
All right. President is telling you that he's walking the talk. I don't know if that sits well with the citizenry because everyone has a separate opinion from this. You can get that gist on page
Walking
5
the
of
talk.
the guidance. Yeah, walking the talk. We have about 5 liners to the story. Fetus Nigerian for 25. Okay, fits Nigerian for 25 years of unbroken democracy. I take that again. Fits Nigerian for 25 years of unbroken democracy. Says we must build a nation for generations unborn. Flags off recitation of new national anthem. We all know that. Nigeria will hail the every dictum and Harry will have to learn that by fire by force. To forward 2024 supplementary appropriation bill soon. National Assembly expecting your appropriation bill. Ababio tells Tinubu. You can get all this gist on the Vanguard for Thursday. Make sure you pick a copy. Back to you, Antonia.
Thank you, Michael. Let's take a look at the headlines on the Daily Trust newspaper. The first one we have here, Kano Emirates crisis. CJN summons CJs. That's the Chief Justice of Nigeria summons Chief Justices. NBA probes lawyers. And we have 2 riders underneath that. Governor bans protests. Police deployed in flashpoints. And then the next one says, NSCIA cautions ulama against unguarded comments. That's on page 4. And for the picture story on the Daily Trust newspaper, 12 new ministries, agencies created by Governor Buni light up Yobe's service delivery spaces. And we'll have a detailed description on that. So to get details of the story, do to pick a copy of the Daily Trust newspaper from your vendor. Over to you, Ramsey.
Thank you very much, Amphonia. The last paper for the day is the Guardian newspaper, and we are beginning with the big story. The kicker says new national anthem knocks cheers for Tinubu over Nigeria, we hail thee. Details read on page 6. I knew they were going to be knocks. All right, Emirates Tussle, CJN summons FHC, Kano CJs. Details read on page 3. Nigerians dissatisfied with administration, lament pains of reform. Details read on page 6. A minimum wage, that's the kicker. Be considerate, minister. Okay, tells organized labor, be considerate. Okay, that's the minister talking to labor. Labor, they said you should be considerate. All right, well, the picture story is still all about the president and the 1 year in office celebration. This one said the strategist and performer. Congrats, Mr. President, on hitting the 1 year mark. Okay, on hitting the 1 year mark. All right, okay. That's more like an advertorial coming from
like a goodwill message.
Like a goodwill message, okay, coming from an outfit. All right. That's the size of the headlines from the Nation's newspaper this morning. All the papers seems to be carrying the congratulatory message. The whole page being bought over with the goodwill message. All right, that's the size of the headlines. So from here, when we return, we'll talk about the knocks and the cheers for Tinubu over the Nigeria we hail the national anthem. Don't go nowhere.
Follow us on our social media handles at Oweleke TV. Visit our website at www.oweleke.tv for a thrilling journey. Oweleketv, rising star at the fairground.
Welcome back from that big break. Nigeria, of course, we hail thee, our own dear native land. Though tribes and tongues may differ, in brotherhood we stand, Nigerians all, and proud to serve our sovereign motherland. That's the first stanza of the national anthem that you are being asked to learn. Now, let's look at it critically this morning. That's going to be the big story. We heard that there are knocks and cheers as far as the introduction of the old national anthem is concerned. Well, someone said something this morning, and the person was like, is this what we need at this particular point in time? What is the rationale behind this? Because we used to have a national anthem, all right, which some people I don't want to call names because there was a time that some persons were being screened, and it was unfortunate that they don't even know the national anthem, the national pledge. It was obvious to Nigerians, and this one is coming this time. And some people are saying everything that is happening, among everything, is this what they are trying to introduce? Because some people are feeling, well, this is going to be stressful. You know, Nigerians, when it comes to learning things, they feel, this is going to be stressful because a lot of Nigerians are facing so much right now. Let's look at the knocks and the cheers. Over to you, Anthony.
Okay, looking at the whole, earlier this week when we talked about the weddings of the I call it the old new national anthem.
Old coming new.
The old coming new. The weddings are actually rich and beautiful, but as different observations have been raised, if this is actually what should be prioritized in this moment, in this time, Nigeria has a lot of things, a lot of issues, left, right, center, a lot of things that we need to focus on, that our lawmakers need to focus on, and bringing this back. Some Nigerians are reacting that what is this going to do? How do you want me to start learning it? And jokingly, I was telling someone off camera that we'll start doing assembly ground, because I remember in primary school, secondary school, how we used to sing the national anthem, even in French, even in our local dialects, and learn the pledge and all of that. So looking at all of this, we need to focus on the major things that are bothering the country right now. That's what I honestly think about this whole action, bringing the old national anthem to the new now.
All right, Michael, what do you think about this?
It carries history with it, because I know an expatriate, Lillian John Williams, wrote this Nigerian We Held It in 1959, but then it was composed by Francis Beda, if I'm right with the history. Is an expatriate from British who lived in Nigeria in 1959. He wrote this Nigerian We Held It, but it was recomposed by Francis Beda, and it was used from independence 1960 to 1978 before we went back to Arise O Compound Trot in 1978, and then reinstating it in 2024. Is it a good thing? Is it a bad omen? I don't see it being a bad omen. I believe it's a creed, it's a prayer. But when you see Nigerians saying Nigeria We Held Thee, I made mention of Arise O Compound Trot being significant in the rise of everything.
Nigeria call,
oh my
obey.
Goodness.
Yes.
The calls.
The former one, Arise O Compound Trot, significant too. The words are very spiritual.
Oh, so you feel it's
so
the
when they
cause
say
of inflation.
compatriots should arise.
No, that arise means everything that rises doesn't go down in Nigeria.
Michael, how did
What
you
a philosophy.
draw-
What
how
a
did you draw
philosophy.
this
Have you
structure?
ever seen anything, product, services that goes high, that goes down? The price of commodities.
So you think it's because of
So it's
our
because
national
they arise so
anthem. So now that we
I
have
mean-
Nigeria, we hailed it.
I mean, I love this new one.
You love this
I
thing
love this new
that we
one.
have Nigeria, we hailed it.
Nigeria, we
It just
hailed
it just reminds
We
me of
hailed it.
growing up. Yeah,
Mm.
when I was growing up, if mommy comes back from the market, for instance, so with the things happening in Nigeria, sometimes she'll be like, the way we'll say, oh God, oh my goodness, mom will be like, Nigeria, we hailed it. So from when I was this, I was already hearing Nigeria, we hailed it. Nigeria, we hailed it.
So it resonates with us being passionate about our country. Being patriotic is part of it. But Nigerian We Held It means everything we are doing right now. We have that consciousness of being Nigerians. If you're a leader in your political portfolio, have that consciousness that you're there to serve.
But one thing that I believe is, no matter the change of national anthem, if the people are not changed in their character,
That's what I'm
in
has
their
to come from
action,
their heart.
in
That's
their
what I'm
talking
behavior,
about. That's
in
why-
their greed,
that's why
in
you're
their
seeing the knocks.
corruption,
That's why you're seeing the
I don't
knocks.
think
The
this
knocks-
will work.
The
I don't
knocks are
think.
more than the cheers. Do you know why? Fundamentally and rudimentally, we have problems that are very pertinent. Are you going to change national anthem? Does that solve hunger? Does that solve unemployment? Has that reduced the fear?
See, what we need to
Fuel pump
change,
price?
what we need to change is our attitude, our action as leaders. We need to turn a new leaf, not changing the national anthem, because the labor of our heroes past shall not be in vain. It's in the first national anthem. Where is the effort of our past leaders? Was this the kind of Nigeria that they left for us? So these are the kind of things we should be looking at. I am not saying it's bad bringing back this new national anthem. You just give history, okay? After 1978, they were not doing it anymore. They brought the new one, Arise, O Compatriots, Nigeria. You see, what we are saying is this national anthem is something that you go through it and you are revived, you're touched because of the wordings. But then, words without action, of what benefit is it? You can write very smooth. You can write. This is not. Sorry to say this. This is not writing a letter, okay, a love letter to someone, and you feel, okay, if the person read this letter, the person's heart is going to be touched.
I think he wants us to get, let's get emotional by the lyrics. Are you serious?
It's not all about the lyrics. We need a change of heart, a change of administration, a change of leadership.
You know the way all of us agree that the wordings of this new anthem is deep and it's more like a creed, and you get emotional with how rich the content is. So what I feel that's in the hearts of the lawmakers is that every Nigerian learning this gradually, you know, when you constantly hear a word, you constantly memorize it, somehow it begins to like change your orientation about
that will not some embezzling funds.
No, it's not. Now let's hope that this is actually also going to change their orientation, so because Michael, let me land on my thoughts, because if they are employing this and saying, let's play the devil's advocate now. If they're employing this and saying they hope to see that the country changes, this should also trickle down in their character, because now they're saying though tribe and tongue may differ, we are all Nigeria and we are to serve the sovereign motherland. Unity. So let us see it being expressed henceforth
in their character
and also in the character of Nigerians, because if it is not, then the purpose of bringing back the old national anthem is defeated.
If the national anthem that we have before couldn't do that, I am just thinking of how this one will do it.
Because even the second stanza is just reminding me of the second stanza of the old national anthem.
Yeah. Oh God of creation, direct our noble cause. But are we allowing God to direct us?
Help our youth the truth to know.
God is directing us, and we are doing a different thing.
From the national anthem, I'm taking out God. Is there God in this one?
There is no God in this one. So the other one is even more powerful than this.
The second stanza.
The second stanza of the first national anthem is even more powerful than this. Oh God of creation. It's more like a prayer. Direct our noble cause. Guide our leaders right.
I remember in NYSC camp, sometimes when we want to pray, you know, it's a mixture of Christian, Muslim. We just say that
the second stanza because it covers both.
National prayer.
Oh God of creation covers both.
Yes, that's it. So this what we just want to say here is that as a matter of fact, what we are actually saying here this morning is that it is not all about the national anthem, but it's all about the people. And when we talk about the people, it's not just the Nigerian people, it is the leadership, because what flows from the top have a way of affecting those at the down part. We need to think of how we can get out of corruption, how we can get things right. What has actually eaten deep into the fabric of the nation, of the society that has brought us to where we are today is not being faithful to the country that we were handed over to by our fathers. You know, the labor of our heroes past has been in vain. So right now, Nigeria, we hail thee. What are you hailing Nigeria for? What has Nigeria achieved? Where is Nigeria? What have we achieved? What is the hailing for? You see, the truth is this. It is good. The wordings are so good. But then, what about, oh God of creation, direct our noble cause? That is even better for me than this, because that one has God inside, which is the supreme being that we pray to, that we cry to all the time. I think what Nigerians need right now is not just this.
But sir, these are leaders I would say some of them are unscrupulous. So imagine way back when we were reading Oko Patrol, we were using coins. You remember those days we were using
Yeah,
coins?
we're using all this
You go to market,
kobo.
you go to market with 10 naira, you have so much now. Now you go to market with 100k and you can't even boast of having food that will last you for 1 month. And they're still telling us Nigeria, we healthy. Who are the Nigerians?
70k cannot feed a family of 3 right
Who are
now
you
for a
hailing? Are
week.
Cannot even feed a single
person.
man, a bachelor.
A single person. Why
Cannot
not
even- how
address
much
that?
more a man with a
That
wife
is more
and
pertinent.
a
That
child,
is
for
more
instance.
crucial to be addressed, and
Yeah, we
not
hate.
national anthem and national anthem. Maybe it's good. It's good. Maybe they just want us to know that something like this existed for those of us that maybe were not born when this was
Yeah,
actually
yes,
up.
sir, yes, sir.
Well, Antonia, thank you.
Thank you, Rob.
Michael,
It's a pleasure.
here we are.
Yeah,
Welcome
here we
to our new national anthem and
Can you
recitation.
recite it, Ramsey?
Yes,
this national anthem.
The new one.
Okay, should I? Okay, because of time, I would have recited it because our time is already up. No, if you doubt it, I will go through. I'll recite it now
No, I mean like with the tone, sing
with the tone,
Yeah,
singing it
yes.
with this tone.
Yes.
Well-
I'm sure our viewers would like to know. in
with the way
comment section.
Francis Beda composed the composer.
Now,
Would
okay,
you know how
the way Francis did it.
Yes,
Yes.
yes.
Okay, all right, just keep tab. If you want to know how we recite this, just keep tab on the channel. No, because of our time, we've overshot the time because of the discussion. If I want to take this now, I know if I take it, Antonia will want to take it, even though she doesn't
And I
know
want
it.
to take it
And
too.
Michael
I want to
only
take
know
it.
the history, but he doesn't know the song. That's on the light note, Nigeria. We just need to make ourselves happy. We need to make ourselves smile. Looking at what is happening in this nation, we don't just want to depend on any leader for anything, but then we depend on God, the God of creation, to direct our noble cause, whatever we do. Thank you for being part of today's Outnumbered. This is the size of the show for today. We'll come on your way again, same time, same station. That's going to be tomorrow. Bye-bye for now. Have a beautiful day. My name is Ramsey Anna.